Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kyoden, and this is Evochron Mercenary. It's one of those sandbox games, a little bit older, picked up on Steam in the winter sale. Let's see, call sign and made a trader. Guess Mercenary is all around. Let's go Mercenary. Okay. Cool.
Mercenary spacecraft.
Whoa! Whoa!
Traffic approaching gate 3.
Feel free to put it in. Wow, that's a lot going on. What's my speed? There it is.
This is Mercenary Spacecraft 2, 4, departing from station K5.
Wow, this thing's huge. Whoa!
This is Mercenary spacecraft. 4-2 on final 2 station. Gate 4.
There we go.
Docking tractor beam engaged.
Oh, there's a lot going on. Shipyard. What do I have right now? This little thing. Wow, it's a piece of junk. Echelons. Okay. Let's see.
All civilian spacecraft must yield to Capital-class ships upon arrival and departure.
Docking tractor beam disengaged.
Mercenary spacecraft. You are cleared to depart through gate 3.
There. Okay, so.
This is Mercenary spacecraft 2-7 on final to station. Gate 2.
Cool. Okay, that's fine. I wonder. Okay. Wow, there's a lot going on. Okay, let's see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a little responsive. Okay.
quieten the system.
This is Mercenary spacecraft 3-1 on final to station gate 3.
Okay, that's how they change the.
Mercenary spacecraft
Oh, cool.
7 departing station gate 3. This is Mercenary spacecraft 2-8 departing station gate 3.
I should probably go through the training.
That completes the flight training section. We'll cover
Yeah.
ship systems next. Combat, environment, and status information.
Whoa, why is
projected
that?
onto your helmet's visor as a heads-up display, or HUD, and on the 3 cockpit displays. The HUD includes optional readouts for gravity, altitude, energy, damage, and speed. Motion
Okay.
spheres help provide a sense of relative movement, while a pitch ladder and compass indicate the orientation of your ship. The HUD has 3 modes. You can turn it off entirely or use a reduced display mode that removes the indicators around the gun sight, along with the motion spheres and pitch ladder. Try cycling through the HUD modes now using the default H key.
Okay.
Your ship divides available power between your weapon system and shield system. The current power setting is shown on the lower left cockpit display at the top
Lower
right corner next to the letters PWR. The setting will range from the value of -5 to +5. The shield display provides the status of your ship's shield arrays.
Such a
and
tiny
the
shield.
WPN readout shows the power level for weapons. You can adjust the power for each of these systems by using the default left bracket and right bracket keys. Increasing power to a system will improve its recharge rate and effectiveness, providing more resistance for shields or more shots for primary weapons. Managing power between these systems will become very important as you start upgrading your weapons and shield systems. Just to the left of the power setting indicator is the number of remaining
Oh,
calories.
S and W. Okay, I see it.
As mentioned previously, the WPN readout indicates the weapon system power level. The blue bar will decrease in size as you fire your primary weapons. Once the bar reaches the middle, your weapon system will be out of power and will need to recharge. Observe this in action now by firing your primary weapon until the bar indicates a low power level. The default keyboard control for primary weapons is the left control key. Good. Notice that a red energy light flashes on your HUD to bring the low power level to your attention. Below the weapon power level readout, the green bar next to the letters HUL indicates the status of your ship's hull. It will decrease in size as your ship sustains hull damage.
That's
The
fun.
armor of your ship that comprises its hull is determined by the frame you choose when you build it. On the left side of the ship's status display are readouts for velocity, set velocity, gravity, altitude, inertial status, fuel, navigation system damage, weapon system damage, engine system damage, shield array status, and primary weapon firing mode. Your secondary weapons are listed on the lower right side of the display, and the weapon next to the number 1 is the weapon that's ready to fire. The middle
Ah.
cockpit display is your 3D radar. It provides direction information on objects in space.
Okay.
Green dots indicate friendly
That's
ships.
been nice to know
yellow
before I
dots
started
indicate moderate
anything.
Ships, and red dots indicate hostile ships. When red dots appear on the radar, a warning sound will help bring the threat to your attention. Blue dots indicate stations. Red dots with small brackets indicate inbound missiles. White dots indicate cargo, and purple dots indicate unknown or miscellaneous objects. The dots include an attached line that points away from the center of the radar sphere, which helps you determine if an object is behind or ahead of you. The blue
Ah.
highlight brackets in the middle indicate the front of your ship, so you can fly toward an object by bringing its corresponding dot into the brackets. Directly above the 3D radar are the vertical and horizontal speed gauges. The display at the lower right of the cockpit shows details about the ship you are currently targeting. To target a ship, simply use the mouse pointer to click on it when it's in your visual range. You can toggle between ships in the area with the default T key, or use the default R key to target the closest ship. Alt-T will toggle between hostile ships in the area, while Alt-R will target the nearest hostile ship. You can also target a ship in your gun sight with the default Y key. Once you've targeted a ship, its class, faction affiliation, threat level, speed,
Jesus
range,
Christ.
shield levels, direction,
Oh, is it
and hull damage will be
tutorial
shown
for
on the
EVE
display.
Online. Holy
If
crap.
you've installed a cargo scanning device on your ship, you'll also see what's in the targeted ship's cargo bay once you're in range. The
Jeez.
center of the HUD is your gun
Holy
sight.
crap.
The outer rim of the gun sight indicates the limit of where you can obtain a missile lock and have your primary weapons automatically aim at a target. Primary weapons use the multi-directional tracking system, or MDTS, to automatically lead a target based on speed, distance, and direction. The target must be in range and within the outer rim of the gun sight for the weapons to hit successfully. The farther away a target is, the more time it will have to evade the gunfire. If you want to aim manually, you can press the default L key to turn the MDTS off. A missile lock is obtained by keeping a target ship inside the outer rim of the gun sight for a certain period of time. The range and time it takes to obtain a lock will depend on which secondary weapon is being used. Some secondary weapon types, such as fulcrum torpedoes, don't require a missile lock and just fly in a straight line. You can toggle between secondary weapons in flight by pressing the default semicolon and apostrophe keys. Practice firing at this drone target, marked as a red threat level, until it's destroyed.
Whoa.
Good. Above the gun sight in HUD Mode 2 is the heat signature indicator, which displays the level of heat being emitted from your spacecraft. When you maneuver or change speed, the thermal energy from your ship's engines and thrusters produces a heat signature that missiles can lock onto and track you with. An incoming missile's lock will be stronger if your ship is generating more heat, making countermeasures less effective. Use this indicator to monitor the status of your ship's heat profile.
Wow.
As incoming missiles approach, reduce the level of heat and use countermeasures as needed to evade. You can install two different types of primary weapons on your ship. Particle cannons fire projectiles at high speed and are usually moderately effective against shields and most effective against hull armor. Each type of particle cannon can have unique range, yield, and firing rate attributes. Some particle cannons are also optimized to deplete shields, drain energy, or inflict kinetic effects on a target. So review the specifications of each cannon you install so you understand how to best use it. Beam cannons are the other type of primary weapon. They are generally a shield depletion weapon, and higher class models that use more power are more effective. You can selectively fire each type of weapon individually or simultaneously by changing the firing mode, default N key. There are also optional key controls for firing each weapon type individually, F5 for particle cannons and F6 for beam cannons. As with other key and button controls, they can also be remapped in the Configure Controls menu.
That's cool.
When a missile is fired at you, you can choose to evade or attempt to shoot it down.
Ooh.
Missile evasion is an important skill to master. Most missiles track your heat signature, and in the cold void of space, your ship's engine and thruster exhausts stand out. Remember to watch your heat signature indicator to monitor the level. You can significantly reduce your ship's heat signature by turning off the IDS, and avoid using the afterburner or manually controlling the maneuvering thrusters. While drifting in space this way, your countermeasures can be more effective. Wait to launch countermeasures until the missile is close enough to set off the proximity alarm. One of the most important aspects of handling your ship in combat is shield management. Your shield system projects a defensive field of energy in 4 directions. Each direction is referred to as an array. If one or more arrays becomes weak, enemy fire can hit the hull of your ship directly, causing damage. As mentioned earlier, the condition of each array is indicated on the shield readout of your ship's status display. Notice the green bars, one for each direction, with your ship in the middle. Watch as I drop your front shield array to critical. The green bar changes color to red and decreases in size. As it recharges, the color will change to yellow, then green again. Your goal is to avoid letting any array reach critical. To do that, you can transfer power from the other arrays. Let's practice that now. I will again drop your front shield array to critical. When that happens, use the Augment Front Shield key, default numpad 8, to transfer power from the left, right, and rear arrays to the front array. Good. In addition to transferring power to a specific array, you can also balance power between all four, using the default numpad 5 key. Anytime you transfer
Cool.
power between the arrays, you'll lose a little energy in the process, but the added protection for a critical array is often worth it. Also, remember
Oh.
that you can improve the recharge rate of all shield arrays by transferring power to your shield system. The top part of the HUD includes the compass and several menu options. To select a menu option, simply use the mouse pointer and click on the desired button. If you're using the mouse for flight control, you can hold down the Alt key to suspend flight control so you can move the pointer to select one of the menu options. The target menu lets you select a target or change the clan link
Trade,
status of a player-controlled ship
formation,
in multiplayer.
Autopilot,
The order
jump
menu lets you
drive,
send an order to
navigation,
other ships in your fleet. In
order.
single player, the order is given to computer-controlled ships that you have recruited to be part of your fleet. In multiplayer, the order is sent to players who have matching clan ID tags in their call sign.
Holy crap.
On the right side of the menu options at the top of the HUD are the deploy and build menus. The deploy menu lets you place temporary devices that can recharge or refuel your ship, detect ships and other objects at long distance, or provide shield cover. The build menu lets you construct long-term stations in new locations, allowing you to expand the game's universe by introducing new trade options, AI ships, and markets. You must have the proper equipment and be at a valid location to deploy or build such objects and stations. The middle of the top of the HUD gives you access to the consoles, autopilot, formation option, and jump drive. Click on auto to engage the autopilot. The autopilot
Whoa!
will control your
Whoa!
ship and take it to the current destination point selected. The destination point is displayed on your HUD as a yellow nav marker, and a yellow direction marker is also displayed on the 3D radar. The
Jeez.
distance to the destination is displayed below the nav marker. Activate the autopilot now. Notice how your ship changes course and travels directly toward the nav marker. The autopilot will also control your jump drive if you select a destination that is outside of your current sector. Now disengage the autopilot.
Ah.
The
Cool.
form button on the right side of the compass works the same way, and will keep your ship in close formation with any friendly or moderate ship you have targeted.
Ah.
There are three main consoles that you will use to travel and conduct business. The first one is the navigation console, which can be opened by clicking on the nav button at the left of the top middle display, or by pressing the default F1 key. Again, if you were using the mouse for flight control, you can temporarily suspend flight control by holding the Alt key down.
That's so cool.
Open the navigation console now.
So it looks like I'm going to have to cut it here. Only because if I keep going to the tutorial, I'm probably going to bore everyone to death. So I'm probably going to run through all these tutorials and then go back and do Evochron Mercenary and see if I can actually putt around and build something. So thank you for joining me in what's pretty much been How to Fly 101 and Evochron Mercenary. My name is Kid. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all later.